Sometimes you just gotta come outside no matter how dreary it is just to get out of it.
Alright, guys. I'm Evan,
And I'm John.
and welcome back to Dark House. This week we have decided to discuss cryptids, dark
Yes.
beasts of the night, mystery men or women of the
Well, not all of the night either. Yeah.
So like an afternoon cryptid?
Yeah, our morning cryptid.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mothman was pretty, out there all the time. He was like very,
Yeah.
obvious with it. Is he a cryptid or is he like a...
Oh yeah, he's very cryptid. He's like one of the top 5.
I could see him being like a demon.
No.
Wow. Anyway.
Anyways, we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
A few of our big ideas have sort of taken a turn for the worse.
They've been cursed, if we're being honest.
Well, I mean, it was, not the best idea anyway. To be honest, personally, I didn't support it. I was going along with it for John.
That's probably why it didn't happen, Evan. You willed it not to happen.
I was actually interested in this person's perspective.
Yeah.
Slightly. But I
Right.
can honestly see how my force fields push this person away.
Yeah, we were going to have a very special guest. I was in contact with him on Facebook. Those who are involved in the dark sides of YouTube would be familiar with him. He goes by a lot of names, most commonly known as Gothic King Cobra. I was in contact with him on Facebook. He was all ready to go to do this podcast. It was going to be an interview. But he, I don't know, he stopped replying to all of my messages suddenly one day. As soon as I asked for his information to get in contact with him so we could do it, he just stopped
Oh, wow.
answering anything. So I don't know what his fucking deal is, but it left me really disappointed. Shithead.
He's now an enemy of the Dark House, right up there with Cliff Shelton.
With that being said, if he decides to
Redeem himself.
redeem himself, yeah, I'd be all about, getting him on, because I want to talk to him about magic, because he knows a lot about magic.
Yeah.
And making French fries.
But
that's not happening. But that's no big deal, because we're doing the episode 4 cryptid episode, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I mean, I wanted this sick obsession to come full circle for you, but I feel like you're better off for...
Yeah, it would be kind of surreal for me to talk to this guy, because for a while there, in sort of a dark period of my life, I would play a Gothic King Cobra video on YouTube every night to fall asleep as sort of like an ASMR type thing.
So disgusting.
I don't know what ASMR is. Anyway, a euphoric experience categorized. Well, yeah, that's about it. Pleasurable tingling that typically begins in the head and scalp. I'd say he gives me that for sure. And I wanted to talk to him, but it didn't happen. Anyway, that's that. It was a curse. Evan cursed it.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about the cryptids.
I would explain what Josh Saunders gives me in contrast to your tingles, but I would rather not be vulgar on my podcast. It's stomach churning like I've never felt before.
Would you tell him that? If he was on here, would you tell him
that? Yeah, why not?
So we're going to move on to the Q&A for the cryptids. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Evan?
Other than the stress diarrhea your sick, perverted idol gives me, no. Alright, let's move on to some questions about cryptids.
Yeah.
Let's get into the real tea.
So, should we... the anonymous questions.
Anonymous.
They're getting sort of, if you're sending them on anonymous, you're second rate. So I'm gonna read the non-anonymous ones first, and if we have time, we'll get to the anonymous ones. Because Dark House not a supporter of the anonymous questions.
No,
Fuck 'em.
not at all. First
So-
of all, I want to say that out of everyone on Tumblr and everyone on this planet, look like I would win the superlative to be less likely to smell like cat piss, or to even be ugly. I'm very attractive, first of all, and very clean.
Yeah.
John, John isn't the kind of guy that's just gonna show you his breasts. All right, gotta take him out to breakfast a few times for that to happen. Anyways, I know.
And then even then,
What?
I am a tease. So, Rick Gormordis, I get it. He or she or they ask, who do you think is the sexiest cryptid?
Me.
Yeah, we'll move on. I mean, what do you want from that? Sexiest cryptid? They're animals. Is there any human cryptids or humanoid cryptids that you would even could consider sexy? Why does everything have to be sexy anyway?
I feel like I'm moving towards cryptid status, maybe.
Yeah. Can a person become a cryptid? What's the definition of a cryptid?
Do we have that question?
No, I'm just thinking.
Oh yeah.
A cryptid is an
I would-
animal or plant whose existence has been suggested but has not been discovered. So you can't be a cryptid unless you turn into an animal or a plant.
God, I would, but anyway, I mean, I would love to be an urban legend at some point,
Okay, sure.
but that's not the same as a cryptid.
So if it's an animal or a plant, then anything. So there's a big difference between a paranormal figure that sort of appears a lot to people and a cryptid.
Yeah, definitely. It's like there's like demons and spirits and beasts, and cryptids are sort of like beasts.
Yeah.
There's like science and stuff.
Yeah, then there's a little bit of a boring aspect to cryptids to me
Yeah.
as well. I need my cryptids a little mixed up in some sort of evil business, like the Mothman, for instance.
Well, I feel there was that whole thing where the Mothman would appear before a disaster would happen.
Right.
So
that makes me think, is that a cryptid?
Yeah, I think so. He's like the Beyonce of cryptids.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like he's a little better than a cryptid because he knows either he's causing these mass disasters or he knows about these mass disasters. So he's connected on some other shit. Maybe he's a cryptid. I don't know.
He is. I would like
Okay.
to believe that he's a good guy. I would love.
Yeah, I do too. I don't like to think he causes them. I think maybe he's just there to like monitor it or something.
And like because he shows up before the disasters, that like there's like a correlation.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Right.
Yeah.
Sort of misunderstood. Poor guy.
I would love to have him on the show if he's still around.
This is kind of interesting. Some well-known examples. According to the first paragraph of cryptozoology in Wikipedia, is the Yeti, the Loch Ness Monster, the Sasquatch, the Jersey Devil, Mothman, and the Chupacabra. Those are like the Billboard chart cryptids.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, let's go to next question.
I love Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Monster.
That's the best
Yeah,
in my opinion.
that's the best one, you think?
I just like dragons.
Uh-huh.
You know.
There's a picture of them. I mean, how can you say no to that?
Can't argue with the facts, to be honest.
There's a photo. First reported, it says first reported 565. Like the year 565?
And she's pretty established.
That's pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway. So, next cryptid related question. Because I'm getting a lot of non cryptid related questions. Like, how do I get a girlfriend?
Yeah. We don't go fuck yourself, you
Go
know?
fuck yourself. Go to hell.
Absolutely go to hell.
So, the next one is from. Oh, man.
I don't
I think
want,
that this person sent one last time. I do not know how to say your name.
yeah. It's
Aperture Science iPhone. That's my-
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure woman icon.
yeah, that's my best guess at that is Aperture Science iPhone. What do you think about the Jersey Devil?
You know, I feel like just based on what I've heard, I feel like it's probably more of a demon outside of science
Mm-hmm.
rather than an animal. Because, you know, you think about Sasquatches, they're like a missing link. Then Nessie is like a dinosaur.
Yeah, maybe some sort of prehistoric creature that sort of slipped through somehow.
Yeah, I love that. I love that idea. You know, but the Jersey Devil is sort of like a what?
It was supposedly was born from a witch
Sure.
that it allegedly goes by Mother Leeds. She had 12 children, and on the 13th child, she stated herself that this would be the devil. And so she gave birth to the Jersey Devil, and apparently his father was the devil himself. It was born as a normal child. It changed to a creature with hooves, goat's head, bat wings, and a forked tail. So that's the legend. So yeah, there's definitely a huge paranormal aspect to that.
Yeah, that's not a cryptid. That's a demon hybrid.
That's also, I think, a big difference is that this one's actually kind of interesting. I'm from New Jersey, but if you read the sightings of the Jersey Devil, it's not like Bigfoot or a lot of these more popular cryptids that are regularly still sighted. The sightings for the Jersey Devil really dropped off pretty quickly. There was a 10-year span of time that people were apparently seeing it all the time, and then you still get a few nowadays, but it's probably just people being jerk offs. But
Yeah. I've heard of it flying next to people's cars. I was like, I don't think so.
well, yeah, people want attention.
Yeah. I feel like a demon would be a little more discreet and cunning.
Yeah, I actually did some sort of thing, I forget, where I went to the Pine Barrens where it was supposed to be,
Yeah.
and went around the supposed area that it historically would hunt around in.
Were you armed?
No.
Come on, John. I would love to have a GoFundMe for a weekend where you're equipped with weapons and survival gear, and we broadcast live from. Will you broadcast live from the
Pine Barrens?
And then I'm safe in my room eating my Cheez-Its.
The scariest thing, I would be more scared of a bear or
You would have grenades and knives.
raccoon.
Yeah. Oh, raccoons are disgusting.
They're scary.
Yeah.
They really are. They're cute on a picture, but when you see them, they look like they absolutely don't care at all about
Anything.
fucking your shit up.
Yeah, they will.
They look like they'd absolutely sacrifice their life just to get a rabid bite into you. They don't care.
Absolute goblins.
So yeah, I guess the summation of the Jersey Devil is not as bad as a raccoon.
Go ahead. I feel like the officials should, do their research and find out that this is actually a demon and not a cryptid. Cryptids are animals. This is a demon.
I don't think it's a cryptid. It could be a cryptid. It could be. You could make the argument that legend came out of an actual cryptid. That this was some sort of strange quasi deer creature that somebody just attached this legend to.
No way. I don't think so. I think she really did have a demon. What's the motivation behind giving birth to a Jersey Devil? Just this wild thing that's going to be around for a few years?
I mean, I was watching a documentary about Scientology. Have you seen that? It's well marketed, but
Is it the HBO one?
Yeah, the HBO one. It's well known. But they said that L. Ron Hubbard was into some trying to get some woman pregnant with the devil's baby. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the plus sides to that would be, but I imagine there would be because people are doing it.
What is that everyone's goal is to just have a satanic child?
I don't know.
Like, what happened to like having like a successful business or something?
Yeah,
Like, provide a service, a magical service, better people's lives in some way. Better your own life. I mean, what is a satanic child really going to do for you? Didn't do much for what's her name? Is running around in the woods now.
yeah, Mother Leeds.
You know.
This says here that the Lenape tribes called the area Papusang, meaning place of the dragon. It says that, but it doesn't like provide, let me see. It doesn't provide any, what is the source to that? Dina Budd, a paranormal editor. So, yeah, take that with a grain of salt there.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's real.
It sounds like it absolutely was made up.
We
Okay.
have other cryptids to speak of.
Yeah, we have other questions to answer. Do you want to get to the next one?
Yeah. Did you say we're not doing anonymous?
We'll do them after we do the
Alright.
people who didn't do anonymous.
Go ahead and address Beekeep.
Okay.
You sent us 2 questions. I'll read the first. Do you think natural cryptids, Chupacabra, Bigfoot, etc., are leaps in evolution, or are they evolutionary ancestors that have managed to survive? Oh my god, I'm so gassy. It just burped twice.
Cryptids make you gassy.
Yeah, apparently. Josh Saunders makes me gassy.
Josh Saunders is a
He's a cryptid.
evolutionary ancestor that managed to.
You couldn't be more correct.
That picture of him where he's like, it says primal. That's what it should say underneath. Evolutionary ancestor that managed to survive. Question mark.
He's the 12th child of Mother Lee. He's like, all right, just gotta get these 12 kids out of the way.
Yeah.
Not the 13.
So, are they leaps in evolution, or are they evolutionary ancestors?
I like the idea of Sasquatches and Bigfoots being like interdimensional. I think we talked about that before. Just about like what Bigfoot is. And I was watching one of those Sasquatch shows, and it was sort of talking about that idea, and I was like, you know what, I subscribe to that, because I feel like if it was just an animal, we would have found it by now.
Yeah, that's sort of my problem with a lot of cryptids, is like I have to have an element of paranormal for it to be interesting to me, and for it to be like, it's more believable to me, because how the hell have we not found like a Bigfoot skeleton in the woods?
I mean, it's just a big lumbering hairy man animal. Why haven't we found it? They're obviously
shit, big poop, like
yeah.
like woodsmen out there, they know poop.
Yeah.
They know their poop. They'd know a Bigfoot poop if they saw it. I believe that.
Yeah.
But are they leaps in evolution, or are they evolutionary ancestors? I'm not like an expert in evolution.
I am.
For sure. Okay.
I feel like a chupacabra.
Yeah.
Probably more on the paranormal side. Don't they drink blood?
It's supposed to suck blood out of livestock. I feel like the chupacabra is just really a sort of lost element of a society of farmers that no longer exists. Like when I hear about the chupacabra, is that supposed to be scary? Because it's like I don't have any goats or cows, so I don't care about the chupacabra.
I do. I'm just kidding.
It'd be scary.
Yeah.
The chupacabra absolutely is. If the chupacabra is real, it's just some weird animal. It's not. I don't know if would that necessarily be a leap of evolution, or an evolutionary ancestor. It would just be.
Sounds like a
defect. It would just be like it would either be a demon, or it would be like some sort of weird animal that has been really good at not being discovered somehow.
Yeah, I'm not that interested in chupacabras, but Bigfoots, I think they are sentient, gentle, interdimensional beings.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah. I mean, I would be more I don't know why we're talking about this now, but I would be more apt to believe in like the Yeti or something, because like Bigfoots are supposed to be around in Washington State and Northern California and like Florida and Ohio. Like these are very populated areas of the world. So
A lot
like
of
something
pictures
in
of
Russia, I believe that.
a lot of these chupacabras like pictures are like a
Hmm.
weird dog, but then there's
Yeah,
the depiction of it being like this reptile thing.
yeah. What's up with the reptile thing?
I don't know. It's probably two completely different things. Could be an alien, could be a demon, could be an interdimensional. We just don't know. I'm really not that interested.
That's sort of the bottom line for me with the chupacabra is
He's a small time.
whatever it is, whatever the issue is with it, I don't care at the end of the day because it's just sucking blood out of goats, and I don't care.
Yeah.
That's just not an issue that has any sort of meaning to me.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to meet a Bigfoot if it was, kind.
Well, yeah, Bigfoots I think are interesting because they're like us. They kind of look like us.
Yeah.
You might be able to. Who knows what you might even be able to communicate with it somehow.
I would love to like meditate with a Bigfoot.
Hmm.
That'd be fantastic.
They say he's supposed to stink.
Well, I mean, he's out in the woods all night, all day, all that hair.
Yeah. I hear it's supposed to be like a musky kind of, like very sort of particular smell.
Pheromones?
Yeah, like pheromones, something like that.
Maybe Bigfoot's the sexiest cryptid.
I gotta say though, because I do watch these Bigfoot shows and read about Bigfoot and stuff. As who doesn't?
I don't. I watched one episode and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
There's like a lot of these guys who say they hear Bigfoot or heard Bigfoot. These are like people who grew up in those areas. Like they know bears and stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't disregard it completely, but it is hard for me to believe.
I find like the people on the shows are like insufferable man children who like somehow find the funding to run around and do this. So I can't really.
Yeah.
I think we should move on. I'm
Okay.
surprised we don't have any Goat Man questions.
Goat man.
My friend from Pakistan, she has so many Goat Man, like real Goat Man stories.
What the fuck is goat man?
It's just like this awful thing. Oh God, she used to tell me awful stories. I should have her on sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
We'll do a goat man episode.
she's just the worst. She has the worst stories.
I want to hear the goat man stories.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll have her. It's better if she tells it.
definitely. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to tell them. They're not
All
my.
right, let's go on to Solo Luna, who asks. Usually, cryptids get portrayed as being incredibly dangerous. Do you think there are any benevolent cryptids that are trying to help humans from our dire extinction, like aliens, perhaps?
We've already touched on
we
this.
were kind of just talking about that with like Mothman and Bigfoot.
Most cryptids, I feel like, are just minor inconveniences. I think Bigfoots are usually benevolent,
Mm-hmm.
kind, and gentle, maybe even enlightened. Aliens are not cryptids. Cryptids are more of a grounded on Earth kind of thing.
And cryptids are very much, they're like the Taurus of
Oh yeah.
sort of this whole field.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's minor inconvenience. Just
Back to believing Bigfoot though. Have you the Patterson footage?
No. I'm not really interested in Bigfoots. I feel like Bigfoots are just like your neighbor you see in passing, and you're like, hey.
Yeah, he's almost so talked about that at this point. It's like,
just come out.
yeah, right, yeah. I believe in the Patterson Gimlin footage though. That's like the really famous footage that you see where he's kind of walking and he's got like the big fat ass and he looks around. And I believe that.
Bigfoot is top contender for sexiest cryptid. Big fat ass.
Definitely. Who's he running against? Chupacabra and Mothman?
Goatman might be sexy. I don't know.
These pictures of him, he's got kind of a nice. He's got like really nice shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. So what was the question? Oh, benevolent cryptids. See, the problem with that question is like, for me, my opinion is that as soon as you make cryptids interesting to me, they're no longer cryptids. And this is like an example of that, where if it's a benevolent cryptid that's trying to help humans from our dire extinction, it's no longer a cryptid. It's like more like an alien or something.
Yeah. Cryptids are like weird animals to me.
Right. A cryptid would just be like a skunk that nobody's seen before. You know, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, like the technical definition of it is like a plant.
Yeah, yeah. A plant could be a cryptid. A tree that just has gone unseen is a cryptid. You know, who gives a shit? You know, how about cryptid fruits? That would be interesting. A fruit that no one's ever eaten before.
Ooh, I like that.
We
should look on eBay. Cryptid fruit.
Cryptid fruit.
Have some man in like Mexico send us some plums that he says are like magical or something. I don't know. I think a lot of cryptids live in Mexico.
Yeah, it seems like that. I don't know.
I like this illustration of this Bigfoot woman breastfeeding a Bigfoot child.
I was watching a documentary about that Patterson Gimlin footage, and they said that if it were real, it's most definitely a female Bigfoot.
Oh.
But the big problem that like people have who know what they're talking about with animals is that it has breasts, but the breasts are covered in hair, which apparently, you know, isn't supposed to happen, I guess, or something.
Is that why there's so few of them? Because they have hairy breasts, and they
Could
can't.
be. Who knows? Maybe they're not breasts. Maybe they're just like sacks, fat sacks. Yeah. I guess that's what a breast is.
Speaking of, yeah, it's basically almost what it is. In line with what we were just talking about evolution and fat sacks, that picture, those Australian, I don't know what they were. I don't think they were scientists, but those people who put together that thing that would have humans were to survive car crashes. This is what we would have to evolve into. I know you.
Yeah.
Interesting. What if we do evolve into that, and then they're coming back in time and hanging out in the woods?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe Bigfoots are future people. That's kind of some catastrophic event happened in Earth, and for some reason, the only people that survived evolved into Bigfoot.
Yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that. What was his name? Oh, he had a name. I forget what it is.
Yeah,
I just love the idea of like he survives this horrible accident because he has 6 nipples.
Yeah, the 6 nipples was. I mean, the giant neck I get, but the 6 nipples.
The orangutan head.
Well, yeah, I get that. It's just because his brain can't bang around in his skull.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the next. Another question from Beekeep. He's asking if either of us have ever seen a cryptid or personally known someone who has. So you know that woman who's seen the goat man.
Yeah, I definitely know that awful woman. She's not awful. That's just always been I don't know. But yeah, I guess I do. Yes, I do know someone who's seen a cryptid. But I feel like Goatman's more of a demon because she explained that he has like these powers, and, like sort of casts misfortune upon you.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it's interesting. So it's not a cryptid. That's like the rule of thumb. I don't think I know anybody who's seen a cryptid, nor have I ever seen a cryptid. I've been on the hunt for cryptids, but never seen one. Although I live in a pretty populated area. Dark Hell.
I feel like in New Jersey, like the cast of Jersey Shore is kind of a cryptid.
Yeah, most people that live in Jersey are cryptids. So Meaves, Classic Meaves asks, Neves, I'm not answering this ridiculous question. Next
You want to read it?
question. No, I'm not reading it. Neves is a joke. All right, let's do a few of these anonymous questions.
All right.
You
I'll
pick
read
one out.
one.
Yeah.
I love this one. Can you kill a cryptid? Cryptic. It's a cryptic. What? Cryptic for me. Can you kill a cryptic for me?
Maybe his phone just auto-corrected it.
Maybe. I just like that question. I like that sort of. He would ask that, or he or she would ask that.
Oh, not just can you kill a cryptid, but actually killing it for them.
For him, yeah.
No.
No? I mean, I like
Absolutely.
that you would ask me that, but no.
All right. Who is the most powerful cryptid? Mothman,
Yeah, Mothman.
for sure. Definitely Mothman. He
He's like,
collapsed that bridge.
yeah.
Pretty big.
I mean, if Bigfoots are traveling between dimensions, I guess that's pretty powerful as well. Bigfoot might be the winner here.
For what?
The contest. The best cryptid.
You know what's funny is we made this statement that Bigfoot was the sexiest cryptid, and then I remembered the first question we asked was who's the sexiest cryptid, and we both said that there is none.
Well, it's been a developing opinion for me.
Yeah, if I could go back, I would definitely say Bigfoot is without a doubt. He has the fattest ass, so do with that what you will.
Yeah. Mothman's, I don't know. He's a contender. I feel like Bigfoot's the trophy.
Kind of has bad posture,
Yeah.
so that's sort of a. I don't know how I feel about that. So that about wraps it up for episode 4, the cryptid episode. Thanks for everybody who sent questions in.
Yeah, thanks, guys. This is just basically, I forgot to talk about this, but basically the episodes that we've been doing have just been sort of like dipping our toes into different occult subjects like cryptids and conspiracies last moon cycle.
Last moon cycle, yeah.
Yeah, we just had some feedback that we need to fully research our subjects, and that's really not what we're about. We're not scientists. We are entertainers. And
We're handsome, magical boys.
magic boys. I'm a man first.
It's a magical man.
Yeah, we're magic men. And we don't really have time to research things. We have other things we need to be doing. So we're kind of learning along with you guys.
Right.
Right. Because, cryptids really don't interest me, but I did want to do an episode about it. Because it is, I don't know, something fun to talk about. It's accessible to a lot of people. And, yeah, these first few episodes are just dipping our toes into several different occult pools of knowledge. And I feel like if we're not going to unleash our great golden idea next moon cycle, I would like to do an episode about different magical practices, which I think would be really fun. And I would like that to be a bigger episode.
Yeah, that sounds fun to me. So we'll do a magical practices episode coming up. We have a working idea that we're kind of developing, involving some sort of
raffle. I think it was
some sort of raffle, like a GoFundMe raffle or something.
Some sort of contest
in that nature. It would be a haunted raffle. The winner wouldn't be so much of a winner as they would be cursed for their eternity. But that's sort of the fun in the raffle, is that you're going to be able to put $1 in and potentially curse an individual for their whole life, or you'll be cursed. You'll see. So that's coming up.
And I feel like I just have the idea that if the winner is, bestowed upon this this horrible gift, you know, if they win this horrible, awful gift, we need to have them on the show to follow up.
Yeah, I think so. We could do a follow-up if the winner is interested in that and if they're not dead. So that's coming up. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And we're working on getting on iTunes as well.
Yeah, we're working on getting iTunes. I'm putting together a little YouTube channel as well, so we can...
All of our stuff will be on that YouTube channel while we go onto iTunes.
So thanks, guys, for supporting Dark House. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's this has been really fun from the both of us, and we're glad that we have a loyal audience, and we really enjoy interacting with you guys and entertaining you guys. So thank you for listening, and stay tuned for even darker Dark House episodes.
Yeah, this house is just getting darker, folks. The electricity bill is not being paid.
Alright, you guys. We will see you next Moon Cycle. I'm Evan.
And I'm John.
Good night.